I took the courier job because I needed money fast and because nobody asked questions. When you drive a van that says same-day delivery on the side, the company was called Rapid Ship Express. Small operation, 20 drivers covering the greater Los Angeles area, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. shifts. Deliver packages, get signatures, move on to the next address. Simple work, easy money, the kind of job where you just follow the GPs and try not to think too much. My supervisor was a woman named Linda Chen. She was 54 years old and had been running dispatch for Rapid Ship for 19 years. On my first day, before they even gave me my van keys, she handed me a laminated card with delivery protocols, standard instructions for Rapid Ship couriers. Rule 1. Always verify the address before leaving your vehicle. Rule 2. Obtain signature confirmation for all packages over $50 in value. Rule 3. Do not enter customer homes even if invited. Rule 4. If a delivery location appears unsafe, return to depot and report to supervisor. Rule 5. Packages marked with red tape require photo documentation before and after delivery. And then I saw Rule 6, handwritten at the bottom in black marker that looked fresher than the printed text above it. Rule 6. If delivery instructions say, leave at gate, never take the package to the door. Stop at the gate. Leave the package. Take your photo. Leave immediately. Under no circumstances are you to approach the door of any residence that specifies gate delivery. I looked at Linda. Why would someone want delivery at the gate instead of the door? Her face went hard. Because some houses aren't safe to approach. Because some customers know something about their property that we don't. Because Rule 6 has kept my drivers alive for the last 8 years, and I'm not about to stop enforcing it now. What happens if you take it to the door anyway? She pulled out a file. Inside were incident reports. Not many, maybe 5 or 6 over the years, but each one told the same story. Driver ignores gate delivery instruction. Driver takes package to door. Driver reports strange experience. Driver quits within 48 hours. Driver refuses to explain what happened. Did something happen to them? Linda closed the file. Nothing. We could prove. No injuries, no assaults, no crimes committed, but something changed them. Something made them afraid. Something made them understand why Rule 6 exists, and none of them will talk about it. I've tried. They all say the same thing, that remembering makes it worse, that talking about it brings it back, that the less they think about what happened at the door, the better chance they have of forgetting. I worked for Rapid Ship for 4 months without encountering a gate delivery. Most of my deliveries were apartments, office buildings, normal houses where I walked up to the front door, rang the bell, got a signature, and moved on. Standard courier work, nothing unusual, nothing that made me think about Rule 6. Until yesterday, the delivery came through at 3:47 p.m. Package for 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road. Delivery instructions were clear and specific. Leave at gate. Do not approach house. Photo confirmation required. Signature waived. I loaded the package into my van. It was medium-sized, maybe 2 feet by 1 foot, wrapped in brown paper. No return address, just a tracking number and the destination. The label had red tape around the edges. High-value item, required photo documentation. I drove to Blackwood Canyon Road. The address was in the hills above Los Angeles. Expensive area, gated estates, properties that cost millions. The kind of neighborhood where security cameras watch every inch of driveway and where gardeners cost more than most people's rent. 1729 was at the end of a private road. I turned onto the driveway and immediately saw the gate. Massive wrought iron, maybe 12 feet tall, topped with decorative spikes, and covering the gate were signs, private property, no trespassing, leave deliveries at gate, do not approach house. Violators will be prosecuted. I stopped my van at the gate, got out with the package, took my required photo showing the package and the address number on the gate post, set the package down on the concrete pad clearly marked for deliveries, took my after photo, and I should have left. should have gotten back in my van, should have followed Rule 6, but I saw the house through the bars of the gate, maybe 300 yards up the driveway. A mansion, modern architecture, all glass and steel and sharp angles, beautiful in a cold, minimalist way, and every window was dark, not just curtains drawn, dark like no one had turned on lights in years, dark like the house was empty, dark like something was wrong, and I heard something coming from the direction of the house, a sound, high-pitched, rhythmic, like someone crying, like a child crying, coming from that dark mansion with all its windows like dead eyes staring down the driveway. I grabbed my phone, called the customer number on the delivery instructions. It rang 15 times before going to a voicemail box that was full. I tried again. Same result. No way to contact anyone. No way to verify if someone needed help. I looked at the gate. It was locked, heavy chain and padlock, but next to the gate was a pedestrian entrance. Smaller gate, also locked, but I could see through the gaps that the lock was old, rusted, and the crying was getting louder, more desperate, more clearly a child's voice, a young child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, sobbing, calling for help. I should have called the police, should have reported a possible child in distress, should have followed protocol, should have followed Rule 6, but something in my brain said that would take too long, that by the time police arrived, something terrible might happen to that child, that I was here now, that I could help. I found a gap in the fence about 20 yards down from the gate. The chain link was old in this section, rusted through in places. I pulled at it, created an opening just wide enough to squeeze through, got onto the property, started walking up the driveway toward that dark house, toward the crying, toward whatever was waiting. The driveway was longer than it looked, curved through landscaped grounds that had gone wild, overgrown bushes, dead trees, cracked pavement, like no one had maintained this property in years, like the mansion was abandoned despite its expensive appearance, like something had driven everyone away. I reached the front door, massive, dark wood, maybe 10 feet tall, and the crying was coming from inside, right on the other side of that door. So close I could hear the child's breathing between sobs. So close I could hear words. Please help me. I'm so scared. I've been here so long. Please let me out. Please. I tried the door. Locked. I knocked. 3 solid knocks that echoed through the empty property. The crying stopped immediately. Sudden silence that was somehow worse than the sound. And then I heard something else. Footsteps. Inside the house. Heavy footsteps. Adult footsteps. Coming toward the door. Getting closer. The door opened. Not all the way. Just a crack. Maybe 4 inches. And I couldn't see who opened it. Couldn't see anything inside except darkness. Not shadow. Not dim light. Pure darkness. Like the house absorbed light instead of reflecting it. Like looking into a void. I'm with Rapid Ship. I delivered a package to your gate, but I heard crying, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay. Silence. No response. Just that crack of darkness and the feeling of being watched, being studied, being evaluated. Is there a child here? I heard someone crying, someone who needs help. And then a voice came from the darkness, not from the doorway, from deeper inside the house, from places that shouldn't exist given the mansion's dimensions, like the house was bigger on the inside, like it went down instead of up, like it had rooms and halls and spaces that defied architecture. The voice was female, middle-aged, and it sounded wrong, like someone was trying to speak but had forgotten how, like the words were being formed by something that didn't have a human throat. Thank you for bringing the package to the door. We've been waiting for someone to break the rules. We've been waiting for someone to come past the gate. We've been waiting for you. I backed away from the door. That's when I saw them, in the windows on either side of the entrance. Faces, dozens of them, pressed against the glass from inside, all staring at me, all with the same expression, mouths open in silent screams, eyes too wide, and all of them had the same thing written on their foreheads in what looked like dried blood. I brought it to the door. These were the other couriers, the ones who'd broken Rule 6, the ones who'd ignored the gate delivery instruction, the ones who'd taken packages all the way to the house, the ones who'd knocked on this door and made the same mistake I was making, and now they were inside, part of the house, part of whatever this place was. Run. One of the faces mouthed the word without sound, just lips moving, trying to warn me, trying to save me from their fate. Run now while you still can. I ran, back down the driveway, through the overgrown grounds, toward the gap in the fence. Behind me, I heard the door slam open, heard footsteps, multiple footsteps, dozens of them, all running after me, all chasing. And I heard that voice again, that wrong voice, that thing pretending to be human. You came to the door. You broke the rule. You're ours now. You belong to the house. You belong to us. I made it to the fence, squeezed through the gap, tore my shirt, cut my arm, didn't care, just kept running, got to my van, started the engine, threw it in reverse, and as I backed away from that property, I looked at the gate and I saw something that made my blood freeze. The package I'd left at the gate was gone, not moved, not taken inside, just gone, like it had never existed, like the whole delivery was fake, like the package was just bait, like the crying child was just a lure, like everything about 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road was designed to make couriers break Rule 6, to make them come to the door, to make them part of the collection. I drove straight to the Rapid Ship Depot, burst into Linda's office, told her everything. She listened without interrupting, and when I finished, she pulled out that file again, added my incident report, and I saw there were more reports than I'd thought, not 5 or 6, dozens, going back decades, all describing the same house, same address, same gate, same delivery instruction, same crying child, same faces in the windows, same couriers who broke the rules and barely escaped. How long has this been happening? How many drivers have delivered to that house? Linda closed the file. Since 1973, when Rapid Ship's predecessor company first started operating in Los Angeles, that house has been ordering deliveries ever since. Always the same instructions, always gate delivery, and about once a year, a new driver ignores the instruction, takes the package to the door, and either escapes traumatized or never comes back at all. How many never came back? 8 confirmed, 8 couriers who delivered to 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road, who approached the door despite the instructions, who were never seen again. Police investigated, found nothing. The house appeared empty. No evidence of crime, no bodies, no suspects, just missing persons who happened to deliver to the same address, just faces that sometimes appear in the windows when other couriers make the same mistake. What is that place? What's in that house? I don't know, nobody knows. Property records show it's been owned by the same family trust since 1896, but no one's ever met the owners. No one's ever seen anyone enter or leave. Utility companies report no electricity usage, no water usage, no gas. The property exists on paper but shouldn't be habitable, yet packages get ordered, deliveries get requested, and the house keeps collecting couriers who break the rules. I quit Rapid Ship that night, walked out, never went back, got a job at a warehouse, something safe, something where I'd never deliver anything to anyone, something where I'd never see another gate, never see another mansion, never hear another crying child that isn't real, but I still see them sometimes, in my dreams, in my peripheral vision, those faces in the windows, those couriers who came to the door, Those people who broke Rule 6 and became part of the house, part of the collection, part of whatever that place is that's been feeding on delivery drivers for over 50 years. And I know I was lucky. Know I escaped. Know that most people who hear that crying child don't make it back. Most people who approach that door become faces in the windows, become warnings that no one heeds, become part of 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road forever. Linda calls me sometimes. Updates I don't want but can't refuse. The house keeps ordering packages, keeps requesting gate delivery, and new drivers keep breaking Rule 6, keep taking packages to the door, keep hearing that crying child, keep thinking they can help, keep becoming faces in the windows. Last week, she called with news that made me sick. We lost another one. Young guy, 22 years old, first week on the job, delivered to 1729, ignored the gate. Instruction, took the package to the door. We found his van 3 hours later, engine still running, door open, package scanner on the ground, but no driver. Police searched the property, found nothing. House was empty or appeared empty, but I know he's in there. Know he's looking out those windows. Know he's trying to warn the next courier, trying to save them from his fate. I think about going back. Think about trying to rescue those people. Think about breaking into that house and bringing them out. But I know that's impossible. Know that whatever that place is, it's not just a house. It's something else. Something that exists in our world, but isn't from our world. Something that feeds on people who break rules, who ignore warnings, who think they know better than protocols designed to keep them safe. I'm writing this as a warning to any courier, to any delivery driver, to anyone who might get an order for 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road or any other address that specifies gate delivery. Follow the instruction. Leave it at the gate. Take your photo. Leave immediately. Don't investigate. Don't help. Don't approach the door. Because whatever is behind that door, whatever makes those crying sounds, whatever collects couriers who break the rules, it's been doing it for over 50 years. And it's patient, and it's hungry, and it's waiting for you to make the same mistake I almost made. The mistake that 8 confirmed drivers did make. The mistake that turned them into faces in windows, into warnings, into part of the collection. If delivery instructions say, leave at gate, leave it at the gate. Never take it to the door. Never approach the house. Never break Rule 6. Because some addresses aren't asking for convenience, they're testing for compliance. And failing that test means becoming part of something that's been collecting delivery drivers since before most of us were born. I still drive past that area sometimes, can't help it, can't stop thinking about it. And I see other courier vans, other delivery drivers pulling up to that gate. And I watch to see if they follow the instructions, if they leave the package and drive away, or if they make the mistake, if they hear the crying, if they think they can help, if they approach the door. Most of them follow the rules, but every few months, I see one who doesn't, see one who walks past the gate, who goes up the driveway, who knocks on that door, and they never come back to their van, never finish their route. Never go home that night. They just become another face, another warning, another reason why Rule 6 exists. And I know one day there will be new couriers, new drivers who've never heard about 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road, who don't know the history, who think gate delivery instructions are just customer preference, who think crying children should be helped, who think rules are suggestions, and they'll make the same mistake. They'll break Rule 6. They'll go to the door, and they'll join the collection. The house is still there, still ordering packages, still waiting, still collecting, and it will be there long after I'm dead, long after. Everyone reading this is dead because that house doesn't age, doesn't change, doesn't stop. It just waits patiently for the next courier who thinks they know better, who thinks they can help, who thinks rules don't apply to them. Leave the package at the gate. Never take it to the door. Follow Rule 6, please. Don't become a face in the window. Don't become a warning that no one heeds. Don't become part of the collection at 1729 Blackwood Canyon Road. The house is waiting. The crying child is ready. The faces in the windows are watching, and the door is always ready to open. For the next courier, for the next person who breaks the rules, for the next addition to the collection. Don't let it be you. Follow the instructions, leave it at the gate, and drive away while you still can.